Hi, look who's here. You. You are here. Which means you still can draw. It's fine though, right? No! We are here to learn. We are here to grow. We are here to conquer the world and invade Mars and make Pluto as one of our planets. Anyways, today I'm here to talk about few tips and tricks that makes my art slap. Okay, let's go. I know you, and I know your inability to pick a color palette. Because same, neither can I. Please tell me if you know how to do that. So you will probably go onto the internet with your sweaty little hands and type
cute color palette.
Now you have color palette. Problem solved. Case is closed. Let's go home. No! I know you, and I know you don't know which color to put where. Stop being the fool of your town and put that pen out. And listen to me. When I'm not able to come up with new color palettes,
Which happens very rarely, obviously.
what I do is I take one of my old art, pick something that has a good color contrast going on, okay? Open it in whatever drawing software you're using. Then go to the option that has tone curve, gradient map, all that stuff. I know all the software has one. If none of your drawings have good contrast, shut the device down and think about why did Vala cosplay as a nun instead of a priest. Obviously because it's a... Or you can just fix it by going to the brightness and contrast. Then I basically select the tone curve and I play around. I don't know how any of this stuff works. I just know that it changes my character's color, and that is what we need. So I sometimes also use gradient map, but when I'm using gradient map, I make sure to convert the layers mode to pin light. As you play around, you're basically recycling your old color palette to a new one. Once I'm done, I take this and create a new art. You can already see which color goes where, so you don't have to use your last 2 brain cells. You can save that for watching Love Island. And also you can obviously introduce new colors, but you can create a great base using this trick. I mostly use this trick whenever I'm in the trenches, okay? And my brain has finally caught up to all the cat videos I watched, and I just want to draw, please. I just want to draw without any stress for once. That's when I use this trick.
Thầy cho bắn mày
你真没见过黑社会哈！
mày tưởng tao không hả? Tao bắn mày.
If you're an artist on Instagram, I know you ain't drawing anything below that waist. It's mostly this. Caught you all in 4K, cause this is my art. And I cannot put more effort on this shitty app. But what we can do to spice up this already very little area we are drawing by losing the will to shapes. By using shapes, obviously. Shapes like circle. Now if you're like, how do you apply these shapes to a character? Well, let's play What's That Shape? A circle. A circle. Triangle. You obviously have to integrate these shapes into your character poses or in clothes. Like, why do you think those short baggy clothes look so good on characters? Because it creates a triangle. Or even applying these shapes into body's anatomy itself also works. Like, why do you think Vector from Despicable Me looks so baby girl? Because bro looks like a slice of pizza. Integrating these shapes into your art can give it a glow up that Instagram definitely doesn't deserve. But this trick definitely requires a certain level of skill. The skill of insomnia. Most of the time you can create these by posing the hands alone, but again, you have to be somewhat good with drawing poses for that. There's a lot of way you can add these shapes, like here I'm using the hair. but you can also create good results by adding props, obviously placed intentionally to create a shape. For the sake of people's eye, lessen your colors. Why are you adding 15 different colors just to make that hair more atrocious? You should be imprisoned for that. You are a beginner. You're a bottle of kerosene waiting to fire itself for the crime of overdoing it. I get it though. You want to make your art colorful like matcha, Mika Picasso. But when you can't do basic shit with 3 colors, you can do jack shit with 20 colors. We are that kid in middle school who has 50 plus color pencils, and this is what you're creating. Are you not ashamed? I'm not telling you to change your art style, but learn to color within your basic colors first. A basic color, a shadow, and a light. Yeah, I have a whole video about this. You can watch it if you want. When you can draw properly within these 3 colors first, you will have no problem working with more colors. But if you're like, I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna add different colors, that makes no sense because my favorite artist does that. Put that pen down, Kevin. What you need to do is allot 3 colors for each element and determine the light's location and draw. You can also not have light and still have 3 colors. When you master the basic colors, you're basically unlocking the doors to add unlimited colors. Now you understand which color should go where, and even with just 3 colors, you can do a good art. I feel like people might misunderstand and think I'm telling them to change their art style whenever I ask them to lessen their colors. If you're a beginner, you're probably going to look at your favorite artist and just want to add as much color as them. And now you're stuck with 10 colors just to draw a shoelace.
Dumb? I think she's dumb. Are you, like, medically speaking?
And you don't even understand which color can go where. That's why my advice is to lessen the colors and concentrate on the basic colors so that you can understand that and then advance by adding more colors. This tip is gonna sound so random, okay? But a lot of people struggle with drawing the other eye. But I struggle with drawing the other shoulder. Especially with these angles where the shoulders are half hiding. Most of the time, I'm gonna guess and draw the shoulder. But I figured out a solution. And it's so simple that it's dumb. Before it was a guess game. Now what I do is I draw around the neck. Like I mark the neck and draw the shoulder. Yeah, that's it. It was that simple.
But we already know that.
But I didn't. You all didn't tell me. I've been struggling for years and you're telling me it was that simple. So I had to add this as a tip because I don't want you struggling like me. I'll show a bunch of examples from different angles. Ever since I figured this out, I have been seeing life differently. this tip involves a bit of your art style. Most of the time I see art where it's either softcore airbrush Max Pro level 100 or harder than Isoka. There is no in between. I understand if that's your core and you don't want people to know why your art starts and ends, but art is all about trying new things and balance. Take this tip as more like an experiment with your art style. If your art rather has a lot of soft edges and it's just soft in and out, try adding some hard edges, which can be easily done by just using a pen and outlining your art. There's a lot of way you can experiment with this. You can just make your eyes sharp and all the other parts more soft. And if your art style is more on the hard and rough edges, try adding some soft brushes. More easier method is to just blur out the sides to give it more of that soft ethereal effect. And that concludes all the tips and tricks that I wanted to talk about. So bye bye.
I know a lot of people are asking about my brush, but the thing is, I do want to tell you what brush I use, but the thing is, okay, some of the brushes I use is from Clip Studio Paint, some are from Angel Ganner's brush set, and some are from random parts of the internet, okay? And so the problem is that some of the brushes were written in Japanese, okay? So it was very hard for me to find them in my pen collection. So what I did that I changed their name, okay? So now I don't know which pen I'm using myself. Like, I cannot put that name in Clip Studio Paint and figure out what pen I'm using and tell you guys because I myself don't know which pen I'm using. I never realized people will ask me for my brushes, so I did that. Now I'm struggling. I'll probably review my brushes in my next video. Until then, bye bye.